Last time we were talking about a very powerful tool, a very powerful action, or a very powerful weapon that we have that can help us achieve our goals and to avoid obstacles or to remove obstacles. And that is none other than the act of dua, the act of asking Allah, the Lord of everything that exists, without whose will and permission no harm or benefit can reach us. In our last episode, we discussed how certain actions severely weaken the power of dua. This time we want to share how certain times can make our dua much more powerful and effective. Remember, it's all about timing. As we recall that Allah is al-Hakim, meaning that He is perfectly and completely wise, which means that every decree, every choice of Allah is not a random thing, but is based on His complete wisdom. We may not be able to fully encompass His wisdom, but as we reflect on some of the times that Allah has promised for the acceptance of dua, for the acceptance of our call and our call for help to Him, we would realize that there is a benefit behind it. He is training us, He is encouraging us to engage in the remembrance of Allah at specific times. This in turns train us to have a routine in which we are specifically engaging in remembrance of Allah at certain times of the day or certain times of the night. We will also see that it gives us a very healthy routine as well. Now, more importantly, as we engage in the remembrance of Allah at those specific times, we get closer and closer to Allah. We increase in the love of Allah, and Allah loves us in return. Now, this is the most amazing thing that one can attain in this world, and the side benefit is to have our du'as accepted. Now, some of these times are the last third of night, between adhan and iqamah, after the obligatory prayers, dua while fasting, or while breaking the fast. Now, if you were to reflect on those things and those timings, you would realize that imagine if you really wanted your dua to be accepted and you wanted to get in a routine of waking up at the last third of night and engaging in prayers. That is a time when your mind is fresh and relatively away from the worldly concerns. So you would engage in the remembrance of Allah, you would connect with Allah, and you would get lots and lots of rewards that would help you towards your journey toward Allah. Thinking about between the time of adhan and iqamah, if one were to dedicate that time for the remembrance of Allah, that would not only help him or her achieve and get his dua accepted, but would also help in preparing for one of the most important things that we can do during the day, and that is the 5 daily prayers. So if you are waiting for the prayer and you are engaging in dua and remembrance of Allah, that would always have an effect on the quality of the prayers that you would perform. Now, after the obligatory prayers, so imagine if you had a concern, you were looking forward to ask Allah after the obligatory prayers, would your obligatory prayers be not more focused? And obviously, dua while fasting would help you increase the quality of your fast and be more aware of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala while breaking your fast and asking your du'as as well. Now, along with the timings, if one focuses on asking Allah by praising Him, asking for forgiveness, sending salutations on the Messenger of Allah, expressing one's need and dependence on Allah, these all things would bring the servant closer to Allah and increase the effectiveness of dua. Each of these has an amazingly powerful effect on one's growth, one's mindset, habits, and perspective of life. One realizes who Allah truly is, who the servant truly is, and the reality of